Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a love reading. I just feel like love readings want to pour out of me lately, so I'm just going with it. I just did a twin flame reading. My God, I think I've done like 3 in the last maybe 2 weeks. I've done a soulmate reading, and today what we're doing is we're just kind of leaving it open, soulmate, twin flame, what have you, but it is about love, and it's for all signs. I'm going to allow the two sides, just say the two soulmates, to like talk to each other. We're going to use 2 different decks to represent each side, and then we're going to tie them together, much like a twin flame reading. Many of you already know how I do this. Some of you are new. This is usually not a very short reading, but that's because it's pretty detailed. You know what I mean? So it's hard to give a lot of detail in a short amount of time. So just have patience, and I feel like you'll know if this is for you or not. Just trust your intuition, truly, because that's how I read. The cards are just a tool to help like ignite my intuition, my higher self, your higher self. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. So we're going to use the light seers for one side, and we're going to use the luminous tarot for the other side, and I purposely chose 2 different decks than I used in the last reading. It's like there's a piece of hair. One more shuffle. Everything's pre-shuffled before I even begin, but I do like to shuffle with you here also. Alright, let's give them a cut. And again, what you're looking at is if you feel like you're in a soulmate relationship, or you feel like one's coming your way. Normally, like we can't really plan it so much, but I feel like, if it's a soulmate, then a lot of times we'll start feeling like a certain type of energy. Maybe we can't even put a name to it in the beginning. But I feel like that means it's a destined time. So, let's begin. I feel like I want to give them a name, like Paul and Sally. Paul and Sally. Now, I just feel like I need to give them a name, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we begin with the 8 of Wands. Interesting. It's fast-moving energy, number 1. It's about someone's intentions coming back to them. I feel like 4 of those wands are going out into the universe. That's my intention. And then 4 wands come back to me. So, that's the law of attraction. Also, I feel like, sometimes I have to let go of exactly how something must be or look, or you know what I mean, and if that's the case, usually there's a good reason for it. You know what I mean? It's like better than what we can imagine. So why put limitations on it? It is an 8. 8 to me speaks of new beginnings. There's a lot of growth on those wands, like new growth. It's like new territories. We have the 3 of Swords, but it's in reverse. I like that. We have the 8 of Swords. Interesting. Interesting, because you have the 8 of Swords here. Let me bring this lid down a little bit. We have the 8 of Swords being mirrored by the 8 of Wands. Completely opposite energy. Although, I do have to say, you know, I feel like with the Eight of Wands moving into the reversal of the Three of Swords, it's like those swords are falling out, right? But then it's met by the Eight of Swords, which is like a self-created prison. This is the refusal to give oneself a new beginning. This is, let me at it. I want it. I'm ready. So it's just kind of interesting. Okay. See why. We have the Seven of Cups. Someone may have had a hard time making a decision. You know, and I feel like if I'm having a hard time, because this is a love reading, no, you know, life and love. But if I'm having a hard time, you know, I'm basing that on what was, right? I'm basing that on the Three of Swords. Maybe I chose 3 cups and each cup was like not what I thought it would be. So it's kind of interesting, like there's 2 different sides of you here. Who's ever on this side? Like one, like the refusal, maybe, of letting the heartache go. And on the other end, like, I'm ready to let the heartache go. Like, I'm making a decision. But both these cards, the Eight of Wands and then the Seven of Cups, are both kind of chaotic type energy. We're in a universal year 7. Look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. It's like perfect timing. So I feel like the Ace of Pentacles comes in and it gives this person the way, the means to, I feel like, go after whatever this next journey is. I do feel like, you know, adventure in a way. So, you know, this is something I've been waiting and wishing for. Here it is. Like, hello, here's your seed. Now, what am I going to do with it? Interesting. We have the Queen of Wands. And then we have the King of Wands. But the King of Wands feels like he's kind of checked out here. I'm actually, I'm putting them together. Excuse me, I had a... Okay. No, I don't think they belong together. You know, it's kind of interesting because it's like this Queen and King come out together, right? But this Queen is carrying the energy of the Eight of Swords, so she's in potentially like this self-created prison or just a flat-out refusal. But then you have this King over here who feels like is not in a self-created prison, quite the opposite. Like let's go, like action, right? I feel like I'm definitely not, if I'm this King, I'm not holding on to, it doesn't mean that I myself didn't have those 3 swords in my heart. Maybe both of them did. Maybe that's how they're connected. But I do feel like this person over here definitely willing to let those swords drop out. And it's, you know, and then the Ace of Pentacles shows up. Now, she is like, her head is turned away from that ace, which is kind of interesting. Whoa. Look at this. We have the Fool. Okay. I don't know. There could be a relationship already going on over here that, you know, I don't want to, like, is it over? Well, I feel like they're in two different vibrations, to be honest. Like, she's looking that way, he's looking that way. She's carrying this self-created prison. And we may say, like, that's cool, like, we're allowed to do that, and we are. But I feel like in that energy, like, there's no acceptance of, you know, these aces. Like, I'm turning my head against it. But I feel quite the opposite down here. Now, I feel like this ace is really for anybody who wants it, who can then take on the Fool's energy. Well, the Fool's mirrored by the Three of Swords in reverse. And that's perfect, because that's what the Fool does. The Fool doesn't carry the past. It just doesn't, right? This is something that's brand new, right? It feels brand new. It's venturesome. It's this is taking a leap, right? Taking a chance on oneself, on the path, on the journey. You know, maybe it's something that begins at the ace. Maybe this is a separation of these two. I don't know yet. Interesting, I don't know yet. But the Fool here tells me, at least somebody here, I feel like, is ready for a new start. We had the Lovers. Interesting. And then we had the Magician. Okay, I gotta move them over. Someday I'm gonna have the perfect camera. But we need to make room. How interesting, we have the Lovers with the Magician over it. Because I'm not taking another row. And the Lovers is mirrored by this King of Wands. And I don't know. You know, because the Fool's also looking this way too. You know, this could talk about someone who was in a relationship and one of them just shut down. Now, maybe they had reason to, right? Maybe there was 3 betrayals. I do feel like both of them shared that Three of Swords. But I do feel like one of them is allowing it to, like, be what was and not what, you know. Because definitely someone is on a new adventure. And the Magician over the Lovers, manifesting the Lovers. Now, card of Gemini, first of all, I should say that. Head of Heart decision is really what it's about. Well, that could be what the Seven of Cups was. Do I follow my head or I follow my heart? I kind of feel like they're following their heart. Wow, okay. With the Death card on the bottom of the deck. So definitely someone is thinking of, or has ended something, right? You know, these endings in the Death card are so there can be a rebirth. Now sometimes, you know, it can hurt. It feels like it hurts the other person, but, you know, listen, if you can't love them or they can't love you, then they'll have their own rebirth. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Divine saying, you don't have to worry about that. Like, they'll have their rebirth. This is about you. Ace of Pentacles is right in the middle of the spread here. You know, I can't help seeing the Magician there. The Magician and the Eight of Wands. You're like, wow, that's powerful energy. And that's the ability, I feel like, to manifest quickly. I don't know why I'm cutting them like that. I never do that. Or shuffling. let's give him a cut, and let's look at the other side. We have the Emperor. Card of Aries. You know, we do have the King of Wands down here, which could certainly be an Aries. Could also be a Leo or Sagittarius, and the Queen. But you know, it does not have to be. Because now we have Aries, and this Aries, again, could certainly be this King over there. But we'll see. Chariot. First of all, 2023 is represented by the Chariot in the Tarot. What does that mean? That means to me that if, you know, if I can find balance within, then really the opportunities are unlimited, unlimitless. Chariot could talk about the divine masculine and feminine, finding balance. We have the Ten of Swords. You know, I don't want to give any false hopes because I just don't want to. But I do feel like this could potentially see this person over here, you know, in some type of pattern that, I don't want to say that this person can help end, but yet in a way I feel that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be real, but also go with what I feel. And I do feel that. I feel like, you know, this Ten of Swords could talk about someone who just found themselves like in a repeat type of pattern. Or, you know, for some reason felt like they just gave themselves away. Like, you know, I feel like in the Ten of Swords are in your back. And, usually, you know, well, some of the cards it shows that you can see those swords coming, yet you lie there anyway. So, I don't know. Some of you could just be a difficult situation. You know, when I think of swords, it could be a house where communication is horrible. It could be a house where let's just put it this way. I feel like whoever it is, I feel like they don't want to be there. Now, why they haven't left, I'm not sure. Let's keep going. It's weird because I'm thinking to myself, did I tell you that the Chariot was the card of Cancer? And I'm thinking, I feel like I did, but now I can't remember when. We have the Star. Interesting, we have three major arcanas here. Card of Aquarius, card of Aries, card of Cancer. But this is about someone's hopes, their dreams, and their wishes. This is more than just like wishing it. This is and wanting it. This is helping to manifest it in a way. I almost feel like there wasn't a lot I could do in this Ten of excuse me, in this Ten of Swords energy. You know, I almost feel like I just ended up with the wrong person. And that's what it feels like. It feels like I just ended up with the wrong person. Now, you know, I don't really think that that if we go through something, any type of, we need to learn to call mistakes experiences instead of mistakes, because there's something we always learn. And sometimes, you gotta go the whole way to the 10. Anyway. Because I feel like when I'm in that energy, I'm still like, maybe I'm dreaming of another. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Look at this. With the 10 of Cups now under the 10 of Swords. Interesting. Mirroring the Star card. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Now, what comes between? Maybe your dream is to have the 10 of Cups be in the 10 of Cups instead of the 10 of Swords. But then the 8 of Pentacles comes in between these two in the reverse. And it speaks about what you're willing to put your focus in. Like, I can want what I want, all I want, but, in the same breath, I don't know. I just feel like I gotta keep the hope alive in some way. Okay. Well, I like that. There's the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is healing. It's healing of the body, the mind, the soul. And the 4th sword is of yourself. Just means that you've learned, you've learned about yourself. And there's no judgment here. Like, you're healing those parts. And it may just be, like I said, like, I feel like, man, I just ended up with the wrong person. But yet, in the same breath, I feel like, maybe years from now, you'll see, like, the strength that it pulls out of you. Or maybe just the actual movement out of it, like, makes you feel this sense of power. Something, I feel like, brings you back to you. 4 Swords. Some of you, I feel like someone may offer you like what feels like a golden opportunity. And it may just be in its, like, what do I want to say, like, beginning stages or something like that. But I feel like there may be someone who offers you, let's just say, an opportunity, like, almost like a way out. And, this opportunity may come through your creative house, like someone offers you a job, and this may be someone that, lo and behold, you just fall in love with, or, I don't know. I just feel that for someone. More than just one person. Okay, back to the cards. Why is the 8 of Pentacles in reverse? Could talk about I've been all work and no play. And maybe now I want to play. Three eights. 1, 2, 3. We have the Ace of Swords. Interesting. And then we have the Tower. Interesting. First of all, let's look at what the Tower is mirrored by. First thing I'm going to look at is what's above it, the Ten of Swords. That was a very difficult time in one's life for whatever the reason was. Like it was like dagger after dagger in your back. Some of you may have been a repeat pattern. I don't know. But I feel like I'm kind of looking outwardly. Like I'm looking, not even looking in this. If I'm in a relationship here, I'm not looking within here because it's almost like I don't want to be here. And then it's being mirrored on the other side by the Four of Swords, healing. You know, we can withstand any of these towers. We just have to know that. You know, I feel like in the Ten of Swords, I forgot that. I've lost my power. I lost my, maybe that's why we're seeing all these eights, like my sense of self. And I don't know, maybe this Ace of Swords is some type of ringy-dingy-dingy. Let's see what's on the bottom of this deck. The Page of Pentacles. So, I feel like this person over here has been in a period, let's just say a period of their life where, you know, both feel like they're difficult. No doubt. They feel separate of each other. Doesn't mean that these people don't know each other, because I have a feeling some do. Because I feel like this person is thinking of someone of the past, and lo and behold, I feel like this is the first person who shows up. And I feel like in some way, with this person feels like opportunity. Some of you may call it your twin. You know, the Chariot, this is the year of the Chariot, by the way, so I feel like if we question, like, when, is this something I have to wait for years for? Well, I feel like that may represent a little bit of the year. But the Chariot is truly balanced, right? It's the masculine and the feminine within, and if this is about a relationship, also without a true balance. The Chariot, you know, I feel like shows because maybe, I don't know, it's almost like maybe it was this Emperor's way. Because it's led with intention, and here's the Eight of Wands as their first card. And to me, that's all about intention. Okay. You know, I feel like there's just one little thing I want to say over on this side, and I feel like if you're, you know, if you're, how do I say this? Like, when you think about love, no, that doesn't sound right. If we don't put our focus on something, it naturally will not last, right? No matter what it is. Like, if we build a business and then we stop focusing on it, it's going to go away, right? If we have love, but then we put our focus elsewhere, that love is going to drain. You know what I mean? And I feel like why I'm saying this is because I feel like this is about about these two people connecting. And I feel like it's important for this person to understand that sometimes things just end. Right? And even some things that are difficult doesn't mean they weren't meant to be. And don't call them your mistakes, call them your experiences, because I feel like this 10 swords is mirroring this tower, right? But your inner self, your spiritual team, your higher self, all that knows that you can overcome this tower. And then I feel like for some reason this emperor in some way is coming actually potentially to help you in some way. I feel like I cut them. Okay. Well, hello, star. You know, interesting, because it's almost like here's a star over here, right, on this side. Certainly can be Aquarius, but your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, right? And I don't know, like, maybe, I kind of feel like maybe that's all that person needed to know. Because they feel like this means action. Like, I'm going to make your dreams come true. I just needed to know. Maybe not even that. Maybe I just needed to end what I needed to end. Whatever it might be. Let's keep going. Whoa. Alright. Well, hang on. Flew off the table. Interesting. It like came the most difficult place it could come. The 7 of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, that was my chair. 7 of Pentacles, that, number 1 is about patience. You know, and I feel a little bit of like what I was talking about earlier, like, you know, 7 of Pentacles is about, you know, your soul seed of intention. I feel like things that are meant to be doesn't mean they have to be, because again, with the 8 of Swords, maybe this person here is just like saying no the whole, you know, to their whole thing. I feel like, you know, because I feel like they're going on different paths, different directions, and I feel like here too, there's something that's changing. Well, we have 6 of Wands. We have the energy of victory. You know, I feel like I just want to say one thing. If I'm over here and like I'm at the end of a relationship and you know, and I know it's like it's over and they know it's over, but you know, maybe it just became a little difficult, nasty. I feel like be as careful as you can not to get pulled into it. Like, don't let it become your drama. You know, don't help feed the drama. This person may not want the other person to go. We have the 10 of Pentacles. It's interesting though, because I don't know if it came in reverse or upright. House of Abundance. Coming under the Star. You know, this person who I feel like is moving over here, I feel like it's interesting because I feel like what they're looking for, it's interesting because I feel like they're looking for like more stability, more like friendship and love, but like, you know, best friends and building together type of energy. And I feel like, this person over here, it's really exactly what they want. But maybe they just don't know yet. Look at this. We have the Fool in reverse. These all came in reverse. Interesting. We have the World in reverse. And then we have the Devil, card of Capricorn, in reverse. I can definitely see there's two sides of the coin over here. There's one person who is almost like in a refusal to accept this ace. Because I feel like it's interesting. I feel like this ace is being accepted to all. I can either take it or I cannot, right? This Ace of Pentacles, it comes with roots attached, right? It can, listen, we already know it can grow into the Ten of Pentacles. There it is. But I'm the one who has to nurture it. Fool in reverse is saying, no, thank you. Because all I'm going to do is dump my baggage on it. The World, the next chapter, the new beginning, no, thank you. But then over here, the Devil in reverse, right? When you think of, the light and the dark, like I feel like this person has been in the dark, and now this person is, listen, I feel like for some reason they found the light. And I'm sorry you haven't, but I have. Person could have had the threat of like finances against them, but and listen, maybe it worked for a while, but I feel like, especially with the Death card in the bottom of the deck, like, listen, this is about a clear ending, but it is so that there's a rebirth. The Star, the very first card, right, is connecting this King, and then the very first card, the Emperor. It just feels like the connections, oh, I forgot to connect them. Actually, look at this, the Two of Cups. Well, hello, soulmate. Coming right over the Fool that's in the upright. Right next to the Magician, next to the Lovers. Wow. I just kind of feel like this person knows what they want. What I love about this Two of Cups is they are eye to eye. Same vibration. Even though, who's over here, I do feel like, they're dealing with some shit. But I feel like also they're learning. So I feel like very quickly, like these vibrations are just equal. Look at this, Temperance. Divine timing. Patience, my dear. Seven of Pentacles up here. Coming over the reversal of that Three of Swords, you feel like Temperance was saying it all. How could I help guide you towards, maybe you're the greatest love of your life? If those Three Swords were still your energy. So I feel like this person, this may talk about time, because I do feel like this person potentially like had to work through all this. And listen, I just feel like they found what they wanted. They know what they want. And it makes me feel sorry for another. But yet I know if this person allows themselves also to let go, right? Sometimes things end. And, listen, if you don't want me, Why would I make you want me? Try to make you want me? I don't know. Well, maybe it's financial. But anyways, temperance is all about divine timing. Right over the lovers, right over the magician, right next to the two of cups. And we're doing a love reading. It's interesting. I should have taken these right down the middle, right when I said I forgot to connect the two. Because it was right here when I said that. And actually, I think I should. Because I feel like this is where they belong. I think it does connect them. Temperance, also a card of Sagittarius. We do have a lot of fire. But that's good. Right? That's passion. That's desire. Look at this. I see the Emperor again. We have the King of Wands. Nine of Swords. And the Emperor. Interesting. Well, first of all, first thing I'm picking up is someone has been dealing with and learning about, like, I want to say father issues. And what I mean by that is maybe I ended up with someone who maybe my father was not, maybe it was fine with me to me, but maybe not great with my mother type of energy. Could be vice versa, of course. But I do pick that up a little bit. Like, oh my God, I keep finding myself, now. Some of you have had great fathers, you know what I mean? And, maybe you cannot find that type of relationship. Maybe you're looking too hard. I don't know, because I feel like this Nine of Swords is like, I don't need to put all this worry into it. Right? It's unnecessary worry, but it is like, it's the energy of like, if I don't look at it, because it's a 9, if I don't look at it, if I don't reflect upon it, it can be the energy of isolation and depression. It's going to show through the body in some ways. Sleepless nights, bad dreams. And it's because you're carrying this energy, right? And maybe it's stemming again from like a father issue or this 10 of Swords. So, let's just leave that be. It's interesting because we have the King of Wands here and the King of Wands here that's attached to the Two of Cups. I already felt this King of Wands is like turned into the Emperor, and I want you to forget fire. Like, it does not have to be just fire. Because listen, this is just the king of action. This is the king that moves according to, his desires. Same with the Queen, right? This king is carrying the Fool's energy, so he's let go of the past. And that means the heaviness of the past, right? Is somehow this Pentacle, this Ace of Pentacles, it's like, it's given to everyone. This Queen, like, she's totally out of the picture. Like, she's totally refusing it, and that's her choice. But down here, I'm not. I'm not. Interesting, he's carrying this little rose with him. But he's carrying the energy. I don't feel like the Fool is asking a question. Should I follow my head or my heart? The Fool's already ready to take a leap. Right? So this Fool is carrying the Lover's energy, the love of, right? This love that's in my heart. It's already there. It's funny, I just put out a post that talked about that. Oh, I did a short video. And that was one thing, like, my soul love is already within me. Okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try not to make it too long. Alright. We have the 9 of Pentacles, What do I feel like? Oh, okay. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Come on. You know, who's ever over here. First of all, I feel like it's interesting because, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is coming into the Nine of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is bringing exactly what it said, a pentacle, something that expands your world. Here is that pentacle that I knew was coming in for everyone. Now, for some of you, this is relating to your creative house. It's about what you're creating and what you're building, and it's giving you the way, right? Like, you know, like putting focus is interesting because I just realized, but the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, and that's where I'm not putting the focus in. Nonetheless, maybe that's what was, because I feel like this Knight is going to change that, right? Number one, let's just say this Knight is bringing in a Pentacle. Well, you're at the Nine of Pentacles. It speaks about independence. So number one, I feel like it helps set you free from this Ten of Swords energy. And do I feel like it's meant to be? Yes, I do. But the Nine of Pentacles, let's talk about that, because I feel like that's what this king is looking for. He is looking for stability, even though this person does feel like they've been in hell. Maybe this emperor's looking beyond that, right? I know your soul. And for some of you, I just feel like, listen, don't be surprised if you're like an opportunity comes your way. And watch what happens. We have the Two of Swords. I don't love that. I don't know why I jumped up here. We do have the Ten of Cups. How interesting, because now the Ten of Cups is coming right over the Star. So it tells me this person truly does want this Ten of Cups. This is the house of harmony. It's the house of love and laughter. Right? It's interesting because, again, this Knight bringing in Pentacle, give it to the Nine of Pentacles, that makes the Ten of Pentacles. Here it is over here. Listen, maybe I had to lose some, but I regain them, right? And listen, Ten of Cups, house of harmony and laughter and joy and love, real love. And it's interesting that Temperance is like really controlling that energy. Huh. Dang. Some of you may, you know, listen, sometimes your way out may be like right in within your own home. Like you create something within your own home. And then you make a living out of it. I don't know. Like, I feel like, you know, use your creative mind. And I feel like because that's another way of, like, you know, feeling strong. Okay, hang on. We have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups coming over the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Listen, clearly, I mean, first of all, I feel like someone may have been, like, overindulging to try to overcome, like, the energy they have been in. And I feel like maybe to the point where the overindulgence affected me, affected my pentacles, affected, you know, what it is I want and my dreams and that. But I feel like it's simply a realization of that. Because the Two Swords, you know, first of all, it's just a two. You know, it's a little bit blocking of an opportunity, but sometimes I think it's just you, right? Why? I don't want any more towers. Well, how about letting the towers heal? Let them be. And, you know, because I feel like down the road, you'll figure out, if you're even meant to, like why you went through certain situations. So, I just want to throw that out there, that I do feel like someone, maybe you work from home, but there may be like simply a little bit of overindulgence, which takes, you know, like I have a hangover and I don't feel like working the next day. You know what I mean? We have the Hangman. We have the Eight of Wands coming over the Four of Swords. Hangman, positive action, right? You know, first of all, it's coming over one of these Ten of Cups, and this Eight of Pentacles in reverse is certainly saying there hasn't been focus on these 10 cups, but I feel like over here, these 10 cups are part of my dreams, my wishes, right? What I want, what I would like to manifest in my life. But I feel like, you know, it literally took this person's energy and action. Listen, I do feel like maybe someone comes in and helps you in some way. Probably your soulmate. But I do feel like you ultimately have to be the one that takes the blindfold off and then allows, you know, because I don't want any more towers, right? Well, then that's probably what the Nine of Swords is saying. I got to just look at it and see my own energy, because I feel like this person could probably say the same thing. Like, man, you know, and I feel like, why do I have a blindfold on? Well, because I've taken dagger after dagger in the back. Don't take any more daggers. Stop taking the daggers. We have the Knight of Wands coming over the Ace of Swords. Look at this way, the Ace of Wands coming over the Tower. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Excuse me 1 second, my door just came open. Okay, sorry about that. My door just cracked open a little bit. I don't know. I thought it was weird. Look at this. Holy cow. Alright. So the Eight of Wands over the Four of Swords. I feel like allow thyself to heal, but know that I do not need to stay in bed to do it. Because I feel like potentially with this, you know, it's interesting. It feels like all the love readings I've done, feels like communication is like, it makes sense, is majority of how it's coming in, but though also don't forget about your creative house. Anyway, and maybe that's exactly what this Ace of Swords is, right? But the Knight of Wands is over it. Almost like if I say yes, I gotta say yes quickly. I wonder why. Well, because look at this. The Ace of Wands. This is you saying yes. Potentially. I know it's not all of you. And maybe it's not all of your readings, right? And this is not something that's happening overnight. To understand that, I feel like that's what Temperance talks about. Divine timing, that's what Seven of Pentacles says. You need to have patience. Someone needed to develop a sense of independence within themselves. You know what I mean? Like, how long does it take someone to rip up that blindfold? How long? You know what I mean? But nonetheless, here is the Two of Cups. Here is the potential. Here is Temperance. Right? And it looks like the energy is moving. I feel like 2023 is definitely being represented. And you got two knights on the table. The Knight of Pentacles says, I'm going to bring you in a pentacle. And with this pentacle, you can expand your life. You can expand your mind. All of it. And then here it is. And then you have this Ace, or this Knight of Wands. Says, I'm fast moving. I come in like a hurricane. Right? I am desirable. I'm passionate. I'm action oriented. You know, I feel a sense of excitement And then here is the Ace. Each knight sent on a mission to deliver you something, and each knight has done that. And then the Ace of Swords right there. So the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Allow yourself to heal over what feels like tower type energy. I know it feels destructive. Understand, like, you know, what is my part in it? And again, not judgmentally, like I'm not judging myself, like, you know, because I feel like definitely, like, I feel like both people have checked out. Potentially, like, if they're in separate relationships, I feel like they've checked out and they've checked out. But I feel like this one almost feels like, like, I want to say somewhat abusive, like, narcissistic. But I feel like help is on the way. Help is on the way. That's all I feel like saying. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. But also, help thyself. Maybe this Ten of Cups just wasn't meant to be. And maybe this Ten of Cups is exactly all that you can't even imagine that it will be. Connect to divine energy. Passionate house. Feels like a passionate relationship. Okay, I think I'm going to let it be. I'm just going to let it be. Because I did not want to make this too long. Mainly because I'm having a hard time uploading all of a sudden. I swear Mercury must be in retrograde or something. Literally, my video is getting stuck at 52%. I don't even want to talk about it. So, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Can you handle another love reading? Because here it comes, baby. Alright. I love you guys. I thank you for allowing me just to, like, keep pouring it out on the table. Because I feel like that's what it wants to do. Like, these stories just want to come out. So, I thank you for allowing that. Much gratitude for your donations, for your subs, for those who've been with me. Thank you. For those who share the video. Just everything. Those of you who subscribe to my daughter's channel, Jenny Love Tarot, thank you. I know she needs to post more. But she's going through a tough time. So, you know, it's funny. They raised her rent by $400. Just like that. $400. Blows my mind. Anyway, so I feel like we're all going through our things. And maybe collectively we can help each other. So, anyway, I love you. I thank you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.